taking a look at a car we never get tired of talking about, a 2006 S2000 that was just traded in here at Honda of Seattle. Give you a little background about S2000s in general that you might not readily recognize. Shigeru Uehara, the gentleman who designed this car, designed it off of the SSM show car, which came out in 1995 at the Tokyo Auto Show for Honda. He's the chief engineer for projects such as the Integra Type R, the Acura NSX, and then the S2000, which came out in 1999 to celebrate the 50th anniversary of Honda. It came out as a 2000 model. That generation from 2000 to 2003 we call the AP1 generation. 2004 to 2009 we call the AP2 generation. And I'll pop the lid and I'll show you the main distinction between the AP1 and the AP2. The AP1 has a 2-liter engine, whereas the AP2 has a 2200cc or 2.2-liter engine. They both have very similar horsepower. They're both rated at 240 horsepower. Honda changed the way that they calibrate their horsepower, and so you'll read that they restated their horsepower number at 237. But whatever the case, I mean, it drives exactly the same. Now, this has what's called the high X-bone frame, and so that was a radical new concept when it came out in the 1995 show car. And that X-bone frame makes for a particularly strong vehicle. It has exactly 50-50 weight distribution, but it does so in a way where the chassis is incredibly stiff for a car that's so light, especially for a car that is a convertible. There's very few squeaks even on the used one. They're just built really well. In fact, they're built so well that despite its small size, it actually earned 4 out of 5 stars for front crash tests from the Highway Safety Administration, and it got 5 out of 5 stars for the side crash test, despite the fact that it doesn't have side airbags, which is an enormous accomplishment for a car that's so tiny. Now let's take a look around this particular car. It's pearl yellow and an 06. It's just a combination you never ever see. Black leather interior. The seats are a little bit different in the AP2. As you come along here, we'll take a look together and pop the trunk as well. You'll hear it commented on often that the trunk is comically small on the S2000. But the truth of it is, it's not that small at all. First off, it's a high-performance, small sports convertible, so of course it's going to have a small trunk. But this trunk's actually fairly accommodating for a weekend trip, especially if you have soft-sided luggage. You're in pretty good shape. You may not be ready to run to Costco for a family of 5, but at the same time, you can load it up pretty good. It does have the spare tire. You can see the cutout for the spare tire in the back here. If you get the 2008 Club Racer CR model, the very, very rare car, it actually does not have a spare tire at all. In fact, it doesn't have air conditioning, it doesn't have a stereo, it doesn't have a lot of things. It's designed just for racing, and the Uehara said that was his quote-unquote final gift to the car industry, his parting gesture as he left Honda after that in 2008. Taking a look at this particular car, custom exhaust, custom suspension. It has a full coil-over custom suspension kit, and then also this mellifluous custom exhaust. So it's quite loud, but the all S2000s are loud. This one has a particularly distinct sound, and we go through so many S2000s at a Honda dealership, and maybe you've experienced a lot of S2000s yourself. It's kind of neat. All the one-off ones, they all have a personality of their own, and this one definitely has a personality that we like quite a lot. It's an aggressive drive, it's a firm drive. They went back to the AP1 wheels, which is a 16-inch wheel, as opposed to the AP2, which has a 17-inch wheel. The reason is a little bit more air in the tire, which makes it a little bit compliant, more compliant at least, considering the extra firm suspension package that's set up on this particular car. Come around, let's take a look inside. Now, a lot of people think this is such a big departure for Honda. It's so unlike anything that they've ever done before. But the truth of it is, this is actually the 4th generation, if not the 5th generation, of the S-body convertible. Now, Honda started making motor vehicles as opposed to motorcycles back in 1962 with the T360 truck. And then correspondingly, they were going to make the S360 convertible. Instead, they'd come out with a new 500cc engine for their motorcycle division, and they used that 500cc double overhead cam, 4 carburetor motor. I mean, it's pretty far out stuff for 1962. And they came out with the S500 convertible, and that was their first car. And so when this car came out in 1999, it was to celebrate the 50th anniversary of Honda as a brand, but it was a throwback to their very first car, which actually was a rear-wheel drive small convertible. Back then, it was chain-driven, as their small cars were for many years, and so just like a motorcycle, it was like a motorcycle with a car body on it. And then the next year, 1963, they came out with a slightly larger and, to my eyes, better looking car, the S600, which is one of the best looking Hondas ever made. And the S600, just a 600cc engine, and then it had dual chain drive, so both rear wheels had their own chain drive. And then after that, from 1966 to 1970, they had the S800, which was a 70 horsepower 800cc engine. That was the first Honda to go 100 miles an hour. And it's pretty amazing to think, in 1966, you had a 0.7 liter engine that was taking a rear-wheel drive Honda convertible over 100 miles an hour and getting 35 miles per gallon. And so we think of early Hondas as being like the little diminutive Civics and whatnot, but Honda was actually a sports car company before they were an economy car company. And so when Uehara designed this car for the 50th anniversary, he wanted something that was very similar to what Honda had done in its past. High-performance, rear-wheel drive, small convertibles. Now, this one has a 94.5-inch wheelbase. Those older ones were below 80 inches. And so think about cars like the MG Midget and the Fiat 850 convertible, very, very small convertibles. Honda was actually very competitive in that segment in the world market, but sadly, they never brought the cars to the United States. I'm going to turn this one on, just take a listen to it. And you can hear that custom exhaust. So it's a great sound. A little bit different from stock, but we don't mind a little bit different from stock. This one has a little bit of a custom cutout, almost like a tattoo on the hood, but it actually looks clean and sharp. The modifications to this car aren't so dramatic, but they are a lot of fun. It has a nice custom stereo system. It's just a really cool car. Not a lot of money, and if you've done the homework on S2000s, you're discovering that they're appreciating more quickly at the moment than even the NSX. They're just getting more and more expensive as the years go on. They're such a manageable daily driver. They have incredible reliability. They get realistic gas mileage for as high performance as they are. And you hear a lot of people complain, well, you know, the 2200 engine doesn't rev as high as the 2000 motor. And that's just because that the configuration of the motor is designed to be more relaxed in its nature. It still revs at 8,000 RPM until it has its fuel cut off. The old one had 9,000 RPM until it had its fuel cut off. But still 237 horsepower on a car this small with rear-wheel drive. It's utterly thrilling to drive, and it's in a chassis that can handle that power and more. You can customize the engine to well over 400 horsepower in this car, and it can handle it. It can handle all the power that you can throw at it, because this chassis is a fabulous chassis. It's not just some cheap small car with a big motor. It's one of the best built cars that's ever been put on the road in the United States. It just happens to be a really good looking small convertible. If you have any questions about this particular beautiful car, it's only got 60,000 miles, dreamy colors, I mean, it's got everything going on for it. Please don't hesitate to give me a call. My name is Joe Tunney. I'm the General Sales Manager at Honda of Seattle. You can call me anytime, 206-382-8800, or just drop me an email at joet@hondaofseattle.com.